Lord God said,
"It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him."
Men and women are made for each other. They are made to pass a lifetime relationship in each other's arms, enjoying this life together. For this is what the Creator made us for, and how He made us. And there are 7 roots or foundations which are derived from male and female natures, on which our relationships as men and women are based. We call them the 7 roots of male and female relationship from Genesis, or simply the 7 roots of Genesis, and they are the following.
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother.
This is where the adventure story begins. The man leaves father and mother, his childhood comfort zone, to go on a quest. And the end goal of his quest and adventure is to establish his own domain, his own house, his own bloodline. The man leaves father and mother to go get his own plot of land, his own place to grow his own seed, to plant his own paradise garden, and then to find a wife, the flesh of his flesh, to help him with his garden, and enjoy the fruits thereof together in peace, quiet, tranquility, and love. So the man leaves father and mother to go get the resources and knowledge he needs to that end. The woman, on the other hand, does not leave father and mother, but she stays with them in their home. She stays home so that she can learn the skills of being a housewife, the how to nurture a family with cooked food, clean clothes, a clean house, and a soft, feminine, and submissive spirit. Her mind and heart are being prepared like a fertile soil by her own family, her father and mother, or a father figure in or mother figure in a traditional home environment, to learn how to nurture a family.
And shall cleave unto his wife.
The word cleave used here means to catch by pursuit, to overtake, to hold fast onto, to drain and stick to. In other words, the man pursues after his wife, overtakes her, and holds fast and strong onto her. Since no man hates his own flesh, in that his wife is the flesh of his flesh, and the weakness of his emotional soul made flesh, then it is the man who pursues after, catches, and takes hold of his weakness. It is the man who holds fast and strong onto his wife with the power of love for her, with the goal of protecting her and providing for her. It is of the male's nature to exert energy to do work. So it is of the man to exert energy to hold fast onto his wife through love, while the woman's female nature seeks to experience that emotional feeling of being held fast and strong with that power of love. She gives herself wholly unto the man, mind, sexy body, and spirit, so to be held close to his ribs and to be swept off her feet by his powerful arms and be protected from outside forces and powers. Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself, is not puffed up, does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked, thinks no evil, does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth, bears all things, believes all things, endures all things. So the man cleaves unto his wife with long suffering, with kindness, with not lying to her but telling her the truth, with not thinking evil of her or against her, with seeking to please her, to romance her, with not behaving rudely, that is, telling her nasty, hurtful, and disrespectful words.
So when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree desirable to make one wise, she took of its fruit and ate.
After the man plants the seed of love in the woman's mind and heart, to the idea of building a family and a lifetime relationship with her, then her female nature kicks in. Her female mind starts to imagine a life with him in his home, his castle, his kingdom, his garden paradise full of the fruits of his labor, where she will be loved and taken care of as his woman, his wife. She sees this lifetime relationship with him as something good, pleasant, and to be desired to make her a happy mother and wife. She then takes of his words into her heart, and of his gifts, the fruits of his labor, into her hands, and she eats or accepts his proposal.
She also gave to her husband with her, and he ate.
And they shall be one flesh.
There is a saying that says, "You are what you eat." So, after the woman eats of the man's words in her heart, she becomes what she ate. If the man fed her corruption, pain, and hurt, then she becomes corrupted, hurt, and in pain. But since he fed her his genuine love and of his good gifts, then she becomes a bundle of love and a gift unto him. The woman's female nature is to share and give unto the man with her whatever she has in her hands and heart. And since the man placed his seed of love in her heart, then she will give him back the fruit of that seed. She herself will become a fruit of love, and she will share herself, her body, her womb, her very emotional soul with the man to start a family. She will give herself as a sexual fruit, a living gift unto the men, so they can become one flesh, one in body, spirit, and emotional soul. The man then takes the fruit from her in his arms and eats of it. They swap bodily substance with each other to become one flesh.
Your desire shall be for your husband.
The word desire in Hebrew, teshoka, is derived from a root word shok, meaning to overflow like water, to spill over. So, her desire shall spill over to you, her man. It is, therefore, in the nature of the woman to pour all her heart and emotions out like water onto the man she desires and wants. It is of her emotional female nature to give her heart and emotions without reserves unto the man she wants and desires, to share herself with him for life. She seeks after emotional affection, validation, and attention from you and you alone. She likes you and thirsts after you and hunger for you with her whole heart, and thus she wants to be with you. This helps make your life easier because she will be a much more submissive, willing, respectful, and ready helper to you. But you must continue holding fast onto her with the power of your love for her. But if the woman's desire is not toward you, meaning that she does not hunger after you, she does not thirst for you, she does not seek emotional satisfaction from you and you alone, then your relationship is standing on the sands of the seashore. When the tempest of life blows your direction, it will not stand long.
And he shall rule over you.
The word rule was first used in reference to the sun and the moon ruling over the day and the night in Genesis 1. Since we know the moon, the sun, and the stars don't physically touch anything, but only regulate the day and the seasons by the actions and motions around the earth, then we know by this word rule that the Creator did not mean to physically or emotionally dominate and oppress her, but rather the man would regulate her emotional tendencies that seek to overflow outside the realm of logic and reality, and sometimes even common sense. In other words, since the woman pours her heart and emotions like water onto the man, her husband, then it is up to that man to serve as her container and control the flow, quantity, in which direction he goes with her and with her emotions and desires. For while water is liquid, the container is solid, and since her desire is flowing onto him as the container, as the solid container, navigating the treacherous environment, it is up to him to provide protection and direction for the relationship, both for himself and her emotional heart that he is containing. He must rule or regulate her emotional rhythm, energy, vibration, and frequency with the power of his love for her.
Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself, is not puffed up, does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked, thinks no evil, does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things.
She will overflow you with her desire and emotions, both the good and the bad. But you must learn to manage, rule, or regulate them, like a water dam regulates the overflowing waters of a river or lake.
Then to Adam he said,
Because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, Thou shalt not eat of it.
As the leader of the house, the man is the container who holds most everything together. He is the source of spiritual leadership, of financial leadership, of leadership in all areas of the lives. So, he cannot rely on the woman for spiritual strength and guidance because the woman is looking up at him for these things. Yes, he can rely on the woman for some emotional support, for some advices. But as a leader, there are certain things that he alone can do. He alone is expected to accomplish. So, he cannot listen to her voice when it comes to this area of leading his house towards what he knows makes rational and logical sense. He must not follow the voice of his wife to go against the commandments of the Creator, or against what he knows goes against facts and logic and common sense. He must get his spiritual and moral guidance and authority from the higher power and authority, and that is from the Creator himself. He is the ultimate source of spiritual strength and wisdom and of all powers and authorities.
The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in him, and I am helped. Therefore my heart greatly rejoiceth, and with my song will I praise him. The Lord is their strength, and he is the saving strength of his anointed.
As the leader, The man has to make informed, logical decisions, and that's final. The woman needs to accept your leadership decision and willingly submit to you as the man of the house. But that does not mean he must not and should not inform himself of his wife's wishes and incorporate her common sense advices in his decisions. That would be disastrous for the relationship. These are the 7 roots of male and female relationships from Genesis. This is the format of the happily ever after life that the Creator planned and designed for the man and the woman from Genesis. And there are 2 main types of relationship today: healthy and unhealthy, the wheat and the tares. And unfortunately, even the unhealthy tares suck up nutrients from these 7 roots, as they are also established by men and women based on our male and female natures. We will start looking at both types and examine them more closely in this channel by offering our commentaries, teachings, lessons, and criticisms. Until next video, stay safe and healthy.